Hi y'all, so this is the 4th of July color blending design that I created. Really I'd like some feedback, does it have too many stars? Anything look out of place? Let me show you how it stitches. I'll try to stitch it a little slower. Let's see here. So it starts with the red star in the center, and yeah, you're going to end up changing colors with red and everything, but don't move, stitch it exactly as it is. So the blue should not leave any jumps or tie-offs, and so far so good. And yes, it's supposed to cross over the red. Alright, so I'm just going to let it go here. I like the way it does these little darker areas to kind of give it a different feel. Okay, so I think this is the last blue flag. And I honestly can't remember what's next. It should be the white. Nope, the red. Sorry about that. Okay, so here I'm not able to make the flags connect. So you are going to have tie-offs or jump stitches depending on your machine. It would, for me, it would just tie off there and jump down here and start. Okay. So where I was able to actually touch each of the color flags, I would have, and I don't remember because I've already created like 4 of these. I would have made it so there weren't any jump stitches. Alright, so now it'll come back and do the white. And let's see here, just let me watch it stitch it. I don't think they're going to be touching on this either. No. So the only one that I was able to give you a straight continual stitch is on the red star and the blue flags. So I like this texture that it creates. I think that's pretty cool. Now don't rotate this design. That could create something undesirable. Let it stitch out just as it is. I'll try to make it in all the different hoop sizes. Okay. And these are meant to kind of bleed through, sort of, if you want to call it that. Thus color blending, Alright, and that's just a little design. If you don't want to stitch this, you don't have to. This little line that goes all the way around the design. But I think it gives it an extra pop. And it doesn't take long. And it definitely isn't stitch intensive. Okay. So this is the only thing I would skip. I guess you could skip the stars if you didn't want to stitch the stars, because that would not impact anything, these stars here. Don't skip this, because this little area right here would give you a little puff. Okay. And this stitches all the center down and starts the color blending right here. Alright, so let me stop this and give you a peek of the design properties. So this I did in the 9.5 inch hoop. I'm going to try to get this right here under, since I haven't started resizing any of this. Get it under 9 inches and maybe get this one up to just under 9 inches. So this says stitch time 44 minutes, and I find that hard to believe, but this is a bigger design, so that's true. That could be true. But I just love this color blending. I think it's so cool. um, let me make sure I have it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take the stars out, so to speak. Let me just do a no-sew on this so you can see what it would look like. And do a no-sew on this. Alright, so if you decided not to stitch the stars, this is what it would look like. And that's perfectly fine. Not stitching the stars won't impact the design because there's not a hole cut in the center. So you essentially could skip all those blue stars, or you can make the stars, I don't know if I do it red because you've got this red showing through. But you could do gold stars. So let me undo this and undo. And let's see if I change those stars to gold, how it would look. Whoops, whoops. Oh, hello. What in the world did I do? Oh, I had everything selected. That didn't work very well. Alright, so that's what it would look like. Let me get all these done. Sorry about that. Just so that you can see what it would look like with gold stars. So that's what it would look like with gold stars. So use your best judgment on what you want it to look like, and you can change all the colors. It's not going to impact. So let's see, if I wanted to change this, let me change this to pink real quick. So I'm going to change this to pink. I'm going to change the blue to red. I'm going to change the star to blue. Okay, so I changed this star to blue, and I'm going to change this to blue. So that's what it would look like if you did some reverse color play on these red flags and this right here. So take a quick look at that, and let me undo and undo and undo again. Come on, undo. And that's what it looked like. Well, not quite originally, except for the gold stars. So I'll put the stars back to navy blue or darker blue. Okay, so that's what it looked like original. All right, so let me know what you think, and I've already asked for somebody to test this for me. You'll just have to give me the hoop size, and I'd really prefer to have somebody other than PES do some testing for me to see how they stitch out in the other formats. I mean, everything should be the same, but you never know what might happen whenever you convert. All right, so that's the Patriotic red, white, and blue flags color blending. Thanks for watching. Bye.